The prompt sets a chilling scene. Every night at 3:33 a.m., your phone vibrates once, without any message or call, and no amount of effort, new phones, new locations, or going off-grid, stops it. Last night, it vibrated twice and a message appeared. You're not supposed to be alive. This opens a Pandora's box of questions and possibilities. Who or what is sending this? Why 3:33 a.m.? What's the significance of the double vibration? And why the ominous message now? If you're looking to explore this further, here are a few directions you could take. Supernatural angle. The vibration could be tied to a restless entity, a ghost, a demon, or something tied to the protagonist's past. The time 3:33 a.m. is often linked to the witching hour, a period associated with supernatural activity. The message could imply the protagonist cheated death, e.g., surviving an accident or a near-death experience, and now something is coming to collect. Technological conspiracy. Perhaps it's not paranormal, but a hyper-advanced AI or surveillance system tracking the protagonist. The message could hint at a secret experiment, a mistaken identity, or a glitch in a system that's decided they're a threat. The persistence across phones and locations suggests something deeply embedded, maybe even in the protagonists themselves, like a chip or neural link. Psychological thriller. The vibrations and message might be manifestations of the protagonist's guilt or trauma. Maybe they survived something they feel they shouldn't have, an accident, a crime, or a betrayal. The phone could be a metaphor for their subconscious, with a message reflecting their inner fear that they don't deserve to live. If you want to develop this into a story, I could help flesh out a plot, characters, or specific scenes. For example, plot idea. The protagonist, Alex, is a former hacker who once exposed a shadowy organization. After surviving an assassination attempt, they've been on the run. The vibration started after the attack, and the message pushes Alex to confront whether it's the organization, a vengeful spirit tied to someone they wronged, or their own fractured mind. Scene idea. Alex sits in a dimly lit motel room, staring at the phone as 3:32 a.m. ticks over. The first vibration hits. They brace for it to end, but a second one comes, longer, almost angry. The screen lights up with a message. Heart pounding, Alex notices the reflection in the phone's glass, a face that isn't theirs. The motel room smelled of stale cigarette smoke and mildew, the kind of place where the walls seemed to lean in, whispering secrets. Alex sat on the edge of the sagging mattress, gripping the burner phone so tightly their knuckles whitened. The digital clock on the nightstand blinked 3:32 a.m., each second dragging like a blade across skin. They hadn't slept properly in weeks, not since the vibration started. One buzz, every night, at exactly 3:33 a.m. No source, no explanation. Just a pulse, like the universe tapping them on the shoulder. Last night had been different. 2 vibrations, sharp and deliberate, like a warning shot. And then the message. You're not supposed to be alive. Alex had stared at it for hours, the words burning into their retinas. They'd checked the phone's logs, its network, even cracked the damn thing open to look for anything unusual. Nothing. Just a cheap prepaid phone, bought with cash in a nowhere town. Yet the message was there in cold white text, no sender ID. Now, as the clock ticked to 3:33, Alex's breath caught. The room was silent except for the faint hum of the neon vacancy sign outside. Their eyes flicked to the phone's dark screen, waiting. The first vibration hit, right on cue, a low buzz that rattled the nightstand. Alex froze, counting the seconds.
1, 2,
3. Silence. They exhaled, thinking maybe it was back to normal, until the second vibration came, longer, angrier, like a fist slamming the table. The screen lit up, casting a sickly glow across the room. Another message. Look behind you. Alex's heart lurched. They spun around, eyes darting across the room. The peeling wallpaper, the crooked lamp, the locked door with the chain dangling, nothing. Just shadows. But the air felt heavier now, like it was pressing down on their chest. They turned back to the phone, hands trembling, and typed, "Who are you?" The message sent, but the screen didn't change. No delivered notification. No response.
Just those 3 words staring back.
They stood, pacing the small room, the floorboards creaking under their boots. They tried everything: new phones, new SIMs, moving from city to city, even spending a week in a cabin with no signal. The vibration always found them. Alex had started to wonder if it was them, not the phone. Maybe they were cursed. Or crazy. They'd survived the car crash 2 years ago, the one that should have killed them. The one that did kill Lena. Lena. The name stabbed at them. Their partner, their confidant, the one who'd been in the passenger seat when the truck came out of nowhere. Alex had walked away with bruises. Lena hadn't walked away at all. The guilt had been a constant companion since, but this felt different. Like something was hunting them. A faint noise broke their thoughts, a low hum. Not from the phone, but from the mirror above the dresser. Alex approached it slowly, their reflection distorted in the chipped glass. For a split second, they thought they saw it. A flicker, a shape behind their shoulder. Not a face, not exactly, but something. They whipped around, but the room was still empty. The hum stopped. The phone vibrated again. A third time. Impossible. Alex lunged for it, nearly knocking the lamp over. A new message. She knows. Their stomach dropped.
She.
Lena?
No, it couldn't be.
But the thought clawed at them, dragging up memories of her laugh, her voice, the way she'd looked at them in the hospital before. Alex shook their head, forcing the memory down. They grabbed their jacket and phone, ready to bolt. Wherever they went, it followed, but standing still felt like surrender. As they reached for the door, the phone buzzed again, short and sharp. Another message. You can't run forever. Alex's hand hovered over the motel door's chain, the cold metal grazing their fingertips. The phone's last message, you can't run forever, burned in their mind, each word a weight pulling them toward something they didn't want to face. The room felt smaller now, the walls closing in, the air thick with a presence they couldn't name. They slid the chain free, the clink echoing like a gunshot in the silence, and cracked the door open. The parking lot was empty, bathed in the flickering red glow of the neon sign. No cars, no people. Just the wind, carrying the faint scent of rain. They stepped back, clutching the phone, debating whether to smash it and be done with it. But they'd tried that before, a hammer to a phone in a gas station parking lot in Ohio. The next night, a new phone, bought with cash, buzzed at 3:33 a.m. Destroying it was pointless. Running was pointless. But standing still felt like inviting whatever this was to finish the job. Alex locked the door and sank onto the bed, staring at the phone. She knows. The words gnawed at them. Lena's face flashed in their memory, her dark eyes, the way she'd tilt her head when she was about to call Alex out on something. They'd been inseparable, partners in crime, literally and figuratively. 2 years ago, they'd hacked into a corporate server, exposing a network of shell companies funneling money to God knows where. The fallout was swift. Threats, shadowed cars outside their apartment, and then the crash. Alex had always assumed it was the corporation's doing, but no evidence ever surfaced. Just a drunk driver, the police said. Bad luck. But what if it wasn't? The phone vibrated again, a single pulse, like a heartbeat. Alex's breath caught as they unlocked the screen. A new message. Ask her. Ask who? Alex muttered, T. Their voice cracking in the empty room. They typed the words, hitting send before they could overthink it. The message vanished into the void. No delivery receipt, no response. They waited, the silence stretching until it felt like the room was holding its breath. Then a sound, a faint tap, like a finger on glass. It came from the mirror. Alex's eyes snapped to it. Their reflection stared back, pale and haggard. But something was wrong. The eyes in the mirror didn't blink when they did. A chill crawled up their spine. They stepped closer, heart hammering, and the reflection shifted. Not much, just a tilt of the head, a smirk that wasn't theirs. The phone buzzed again, and they nearly dropped it. Another message. She's waiting. Lena? Alex whispered, barely audible. The mirror flickered, and for a moment, it wasn't their face at all. It was hers, Lena's, pale as death, her eyes hollow, her lips parted like she was about to speak. Alex stumbled back, tripping over the edge of the bed, the phone clattering to the floor. The mirror was just a mirror again, but the air was electric, heavy with something alive. They scrambled for the phone, hands shaking as they typed. "Lena, is that you?" The screen stayed blank, but the tapping came again, faster now, from the mirror, the window, the walls, like a dozen invisible hands knocking, demanding entry. Alex's pulse roared in their ears. They grabbed their bag, ready to run, but the door rattled in its frame, the chain swinging as if someone had yanked it from the other side. "Stop it!" Alex shouted, voice raw. The tapping ceased, replaced by a low hum, the same one they'd heard earlier. It wasn't coming from the phone or the mirror. It was everywhere, vibrating in their bones. The phone lit up on its own, the screen flashing a single word: confess. Alex froze. Confess what? The hack? The crash? The guilt that had eaten them alive since Lena's body was pulled from the wreckage? They'd never told anyone the whole truth, that they'd ignored Lena's warnings about pushing the hack too far, that they'd been the one driving when the truck hit. They'd told themselves it was an accident, but deep down, they'd always wondered if they'd missed something, some sign, some way to save her. The hum grew louder, the room shaking now, the lamp flickering.
Alex typed, fingers fumbling, "I'm sorry, Lena."
I should have listened. They hit send, and the hum stopped. The silence was worse. The phone buzzed, slow and deliberate. A new message, not enough. The door burst open. The door slammed against the wall, the force splintering the cheap wood. A gust of cold air flooded the room, carrying the sharp tang of ozone, like a storm about to break. Alex stumbled back, their bag slipping from their shoulder, the phone still clutched in their hand. The doorway gaped like a wound, revealing nothing but an unnatural darkness. No parking lot, no neon glow, just a void that seemed to pulse with intent. The hum returned, louder, vibrating in their skull, and the phone burned hot against their palm. "Lena?" Alex's voice was a rasp, barely audible over the growing drone. They edged toward the door, heart pounding, half expecting her face to emerge from the shadows, those hollow eyes from the mirror. But nothing moved. The darkness felt alive, watching, waiting. The phone buzzed again, and they glanced down, dreading what they'd see. The screen glowed with a single line: step inside. Every instinct screamed to run, to smash the phone, to barricade the door and pray for dawn. But the messages she knows. Confess. Not enough. Clawed at the guilt Alex had buried for 2 years. If this was Lena, or something using her face, they owed her answers. They owed her the truth. Steeling themselves, Alex stepped toward the void, the air growing colder with each inch. The motel room faded behind them, the walls blurring like a dream dissolving. The darkness swallowed them whole. They were standing in the wreckage of the crash. Twisted metal surrounded them, the air thick with the stench of gasoline and blood. The car, their car, was crumpled, the windshield shattered, the passenger's side a mangled ruin. Alex's breath hitched. They hadn't revisited this moment. Not like this, not in such vivid detail. The phone buzzed in their hand, and they looked down to see a video playing, a grainy loop of the crash, the truck barreling toward them, Lena's scream cut short. But something was wrong. The footage showed Alex's hands on the wheel, their eyes glancing at their phone, a split-second distraction as the truck appeared. "No," Alex whispered. "That's not how it happened." They'd told themselves they were focused, that the truck came out of nowhere. But the video played again, relentless, showing their mistake, their failure. The phone buzzed, and a new message appeared. You knew. A figure emerged from the wreckage, Lena, or something wearing her face. Her skin was too pale, her movements jerky, like a puppet on fraying strings. Her eyes locked onto Alex, unblinking, and her lips parted in a smile that wasn't hers. "You let me die," she said, her voice a distorted echo, layered with static. "You chose." Alex shook their head, tears stinging their eyes. "I didn't mean to. I didn't see it coming. I'm sorry, Lena, I'm so sorry." The words spilled out, raw and desperate, but the figure only tilted its head, the smile widening. The air grew heavier, the hum now a deafening roar, and the ground beneath Alex shifted, pulling them toward the wreckage. "You're not supposed to be alive," the figure said, stepping closer. Its hand reached out, cold fingers grazing Alex's cheek, and in that touch, they saw flashes, memories, but not their own. Lena's fear in the car, her voice begging Alex to slow down, the phone in Alex's hand as they typed a message to their contact, sealing the hack's exposure. The truck wasn't an accident. It was a hit, and Alex's distraction had made it easy. The figure's grip tightened, its face flickering between Lena's and something else, something older, hungrier, with eyes like black holes. "Confess," it hissed. "Or I take what's left." Alex's knees buckled, the weight of guilt crushing them. "It was my fault," they choked out. "I was distracted. I should have listened to you. I got you killed." The admission tore through them, a wound reopened. The figure's smile faded, its form wavering, and for a moment, it was just Lena again, her eyes soft with something like forgiveness. The phone buzzed one last time. Alex looked down, expecting another accusation, but the screen was blank. No messages, no videos, just their reflection alone. The wreckage faded, the hum silenced, and Alex was back in the motel room, sprawled on the floor. The door was closed, the chain intact, the clock blinking 3:34 a.m. The phone was cold, lifeless, its screen dark. They sat there, trembling, waiting for another buzz, another message. But nothing came. The air felt lighter, the presence gone. Alex didn't know if it was Lena, or something using her memory to punish them, or their own mind unraveling. But the truth was out now, spoken into the void. They'd carry it forever, the cost of one moment, one mistake. The next night, at 3:33 a.m., the phone stayed silent. For the first time in 2 years, Alex slept.